everyone, it's Bunnibi. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I will be starting out in Illustrator today, and we're going to be doing some line art of my favorite Sanrio characters, and then we're going to print them out and use Ohuhu markers to color. So let's get into this. Alright, so we are starting out with this sketch here. I did a few rough sketches of some of the characters, sketches of their faces, stuff like that. I went ahead and imported that into Adobe Illustrator, and we're going to kind of just use them as like a base. I'm not going to be outlining them like perfectly, I'm just kind of using them for the shapes. So you'll see I already have a few of these characters kind of started. I've got Bats Maru's head shape and My Melody's head shape. We'll be kind of jumping around a little bit. I didn't record the full process of all the line art because it was very tedious. I was trying so hard to make everything, really look like the characters. Even though they are very simple, they still have a very distinct look, so you really have to get the placement of the face right, make sure the head is the right shape and size, all that kind of stuff. So this took a lot of tweaking and adjusting, and it was going to take up the whole video, so we're kind of jumping around here. I wanted some super smooth line art, so that's why we are working in Illustrator today. I wanted it to be super clean, so we can kind of make it like a coloring page. I wanted to practice with my Ohuhu markers. If you haven't watched last week's video, I went on an art shopping spree and I picked up these markers, and I've been really excited to try them out. I'm new to alcohol markers, so I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do my line art. So we are experimenting with printing on cardstock today. I know there is better paper to use for sure. There's alcohol marker specific paper or bristle board, stuff like that. But I have seen recommendations of working on cardstock if, you're just starting out. I've seen other people, of course, use color pencils for line art or microns for line art, but I don't have any high quality color pencils in my possession at the moment. I do not know where they all went. I will have to find those. And I definitely need some fresh microns because mine are running out of ink, so ultimately I decided I would do all my line art digitally and print it out so we can color it. So we're just going to incorporate digital and traditional work, which I think is really fun. The reason I decided to go with Sanrio characters is because number one, I adore them and always have, always will. Number two, I thought they were simple enough characters to experiment with. That way I can do simple coloring for practice. I didn't want something too detailed for my first attempt at alcohol markers. I also, as of recent, have been obsessed with the Hello Kitty Super Cute Adventures cartoon on YouTube and have been heavily inspired by that crisp line art they have in the cartoon and just the overall art style. So I've been super excited to just draw Hello Kitty again, and I'm super excited about it. I don't care if this cartoon is supposed to be ultimately for children. I love it. I don't care. It is for people of all ages. This is always what I put on when I'm feeling stressed out. So if you love Sanrio characters, I definitely recommend watching it. It is absolutely adorable. I wanted to do lots of the characters today, but I was running out of time this week, so I ended up with Hello Kitty, My Melody, Bats Maru, and Kuromi. So once I had their main base done, I kind of just did them in a simple, straightforward pose here. I decided to pose them afterwards. So to pose them, I just tweaked a lot of the pieces I had already drawn and then added some line art here and there to create the different pose ultimately. So yeah, now we've got Hello Kitty and My Melody and Bats Maru and Kuromi sitting together. These are so much fun to make. I can't wait to make more. I do have a little list of other characters I want to create, and I also have Kuroki and Pom Pom Purin started, so I do need to finish them. So once I got these little illustrations all done and all set to go, I went ahead and copy and pasted them into Photoshop on an 8.5 by 11 canvas. That way we can print them out on just a normal piece of cardstock paper. I positioned them where I wanted, and I also did color the line art a dark brown because I wanted them to have like a softer look. So then I went ahead, I got all these printed, I gave myself a few different options. I also have a few copies, that way in case I mess up I can just start over and I don't have to go reprint. I'm preparing for the worst. Then, before I started coloring, I went ahead and was testing out my markers. I wanted to see like which ones blended the best together, which color combinations I liked, because I wanted to prepare as much as possible, and I thought this would be helpful. And I wrote down the color codes as well, that way I could remember which pens were which. So then, once I had all that done, I set that off to the side, and we are going to go ahead and start on Hello Kitty and My Melody. And because I'm doing this on cardstock, the coloring isn't the greatest, and also it's my first time, so I'm probably not doing it at the right pace, because I know you have to kind of get the feel for the pace so everything blends properly. But I really like how like the pink and purple blend together, and there's like this little bit of a pinkish peachy color that I used for their rosy cheeks, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let me know down in the comments who your favorite Sanrio character is. Mine is Hello Kitty and My Melody. I love them so much. And we aren't quite done with this yet. I will be coming back to this. And then we are starting on Batmaru and Kuromi. So I went with purple for the both of them because I know they've kind of got a similar color scheme going. They can have like black, a dark gray, or they're purple, or sometimes they're like a dark brown. So they kind of have like multiple colors, and I know all the characters do. They have a bunch of different styles and different color schemes at times. So I decided to go with purple for this one. And I wasn't super happy with how this one was turning out because Kuromi's skull on her head, it kind of just turned into a blob. I didn't do it right, so that was definitely a learning experience. So I think that's kind of why I was like, I don't really like this one anymore. It's kind of messed up a little bit. So to hopefully redeem myself, I tried again on another printed Batmaru and Kuromi. But this time I wanted to go with the brown color I had. I do really like this color, but I will say this marker came out the most streaky out of them all, so it ended up kind of looking a little funky. I think it's because I have so much surface to color that it's like drying too quick, and then I'm layering over it again, so it does look a little bit weird. But hey, Kuromi's skull came out okay, so I'm happy with that. So now that we have those three done, I am just going to take some of these Creative Expert acrylic markers. I believe I got these at Ross, and they're a paint pen, a cheaper version, and I haven't tried them out yet, so I wanted to experiment with those as well. I thought layering over the drawing with them would make it pop a little bit more. So I was using the white one for highlights, stuff like that. They're not like Posca pens. Oh my gosh, I really want to get Posca pens. Oh my gosh, I need to get those for sure. It does take a few layers to get it to show up a little bit brighter, But yeah, I was just doing some highlights, adding some little things around them, hearts, sparkles, stuff like that, and I went ahead and did that for all 3 drawings here, just to really finalize the pieces. And then I went ahead and put my signature down in the corner, and we are all done. Alright, so here are the finished pieces. We have this Bats Maroon Kuromi version. I think this one ended up being my least favorite just because it is really streaky, unfortunately. I think it turned out cute still. And then we have the second, or technically the first, Bats Maroon Kuromi version, which this one actually turned out better to me because it's not streaky. I really do like how the pink and purple faded together. And then of course we have Hello Kitty and My Melody, which I think this one turned out really cool. I really like how the colors pop. And I only had to do this once because I did like how this one turned out. So yeah, there are my 3 pieces for this week. This was definitely a journey for sure, starting out digital and then making it a traditional piece. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really would like to do this again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this, let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Likes and subscribes are greatly appreciated, and I will see you guys next week. Bye bye!